guys.
Hey, everybody. We are super excited to be back today with some very special guests. Yes.
Some of our best friends ever.
Yes, and guest is plural. We're super excited to have Fred Lennartz and Lou Ramirez on with us today. So I am Jess.
I'm Shasta.
And we are the chicks in charge, and we will go ahead and bring them up right now.
What is going on? Where's that music? Can you get that music back in there? Give us that music back. I need to hear that again a little bit. We need to get...
Yes. Got us jazzed up, ready to go. Hey, what a great intro to the show. I love it. I love what you ladies are doing out there. We're super excited to be on the show today. You two, it's fun to watch you grow up, you know, and you've seen us grow up. We're watching you grow up, and we're growing up together. So this is going to be a lot of fun today, folks. What a great thing. We're going to talk about veterans and people in the military. It's so important that we talk about this subject, and I'm so glad that you guys are bringing it to the forefront. So thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, thank you.
Yes.
You guys are such a pillar to everybody in our community.
Yep.
I mean, in the industry, out of the industry, you guys are just so much people to look up to. And we need more people like you guys in this industry.
Well, that's a blessing
That's
to hear.
So nice of you to say.
From you. It's a great honor to hear that from you all. You all are making it do what it do out there. And we're so excited to see what it is that happens when a couple of brave women get together and make sure that they go out with a big purpose of impacting many and having a true effect on the culture of the industry. And we're excited to be a part of it. We're excited to put a camera on it. We're excited to get selfies about it. We're just excited to see you all shine and do what it is that you do. And mainly because it's giving so much hope to others to get out there, to do the same, to stretch, to push themselves, and to just be the most authentic them, which I think you all do so incredible.
They do.
We're just thankful that we get,
you know, and I love it. We got the chicks in charge, right? You know, and behind them you see it says "Be Epic," right? And they
are epic.
Every person.
I should have worn my epic.
Every person in charge, right? Every person in charge, and I love that. You know, and I think that you're bringing that to the forefront. You ladies are doing some amazing stuff. You're putting yourself out there, like Lou said. It's not easy to do this. You all know that already, right?
You make it look easy though.
Right.
Look easy.
Seriously, like, you know, putting stuff like this together and being consistent with it is not an easy job. You know, Lou and I were getting ready to hit our 4-year anniversary of our show. Time's flying, right? But at the same time, during this time, I've seen a lot of shows come and go. Great shows, good shows, great interviews, all kinds of stuff. But it takes work, right? And in order for it to be something big and something to keep growing, you got to constantly put work behind it. So I see you ladies putting the work behind it. I love what you're doing. So please don't ever stop. I love it.
Well, we had some of the best mentors.
I mean, seriously. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, we would have never done this to begin with. So we're super excited that you guys gave us this idea and we were able to run with it and have you guys every step of the way to lean on and ask all the questions to and kind of guide us in the right direction. So
that's Brewing Solutions. Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Water, but no.
There you go. Hey,
it's good for you. It's really good for you, that water.
So what's up? What's up?
Nothing, but I hear that you've got some big things that are up right now.
Oh,
I think we should start with that big thing because that's huge.
Well, the stalk. Is it a stalk? Is it that big bird that carries?
Stork.
The stork. The stork. Stork.
Big bird.
Stork. That's carrying the big new baby to the Ramirez Ranch. My daughter Michaela is going to be going to the hospital this evening.
So
hopefully we can get in there tonight and pop out this next grandchild of mine. And I'm so excited. If you want to talk about having a great news meeting, great news, everybody. I'm about to be Welu times 2.
Yes,
2 grandbabies
so
about to be here. And I can't wait to meet my new grandbaby girl. Pumped up. So pumped up about it.
Super exciting.
What in perfect time for Thanksgiving and the holidays.
Right. Come on. A fresh one out of the oven. Let's go. We got a hot one here. We're excited about it.
It's exciting.
Well, congratulations. That's super exciting. I cannot wait to see pictures.
Heck yeah. Oh, you're gonna.
Great.
You're gonna.
Awesome.
You're gonna. So we can't wait. We can't wait for that. And so much is brewing with all that, with all of us. And what's cooking over here at Car Guy Coffee. There's a lot of big things that we're trying to do to be able to make sure that more people have access to some of the great people in this industry that have solutions for so many people. For the time that we've been out here shaking it up and getting a cup of coffee in everybody's hand, we've been able to start learning and meeting and connecting and building relationships with so many great people. And it's all culminating to this great kaboom of now the access that the dealers and the people with their boots on the ground really wanted to have. We finally found a way to streamline a good flow of the good stuff, of the coffee, of the solutions that are brewed by all people, including you all, including what you have. And the fruit of it is awesome because we're actually seeing the multiplication. You all being an example of that, that there is a legacy that's being laid, that if we pulled away now, there would still be a great effect. And we're thankful for that. But at the same time, we're starting to see now fruit actually grow from the tree, something original, something new, that's seed bearing, and so pumped up about it because now it gets crazy. You know what I mean? What started with a couple of seeds is now a bunch of fruit that's seed filled. So it's about to go to the next level. You know what I mean? And we're so excited about that. If you understand what I'm saying metaphorically,
you know, because he gets deep with it, right?
Yeah.
Even sometimes I'm like, I gotta pay attention. I gotta pay attention, right? But at the end of the day, you know, what he's saying in the layman's term is that, man, tons of opportunities. We've worked really hard over the last 4 years. We've been super consistent, you know, and I think that we're just proof in the pudding when it comes to what good work does when you have a lot of faith, right? And that's something that we both have a lot of, is faith in what we do and the people around us. You know, just like you two, we have so much faith in what you're doing. We have faith in this industry. I have faith that the future is going to be bright for all of us. And, you know, so I just work towards that. And I just try to make sure that whatever we do, we're leaving a little splash, a little love of that out there somewhere, right? You know, even if it's telling
for the homies,
if it's telling two sisters that we absolutely love. I know that you guys aren't blood, but you guys are sisters. Telling two sisters that we absolutely love, hey, you all should be doing something like this too. Your voice matters. And then seeing it become something, that's seeds I'm talking about, you know, and that's, to me, beyond any dollar that Lou and I will ever make. Seeing things like this happen and seeing opportunities for others to be able to grow and really feel great, right? Tell me you don't feel great, right? And that's the beautiful thing. You know, it's like, even if bad things hit you, you see the light on the other side now because you're growing right now. So yeah, I love what's going on with Car Guy Coffee. I love what's going on with Automotive right now. Certified Solutionaries are rising, and we got Solutionaries all over this country right now. So
you guys are everywhere. Oh my gosh.
We are all times. Very, very blessed, and it's not stopping. We have so many more. I just got off the phone with another dealer that's needing our services.
Nice.
And just out of nowhere, just boom, you know, and that's the beautiful thing about what we do. And I want to encourage you ladies to do the same, is you don't have to sell if you just keep putting love out there, right? If you just keep going out there and doing things, people are going to see it and they want to be part of it. At least ask questions about it, right? And they're gonna be like, well, what exactly is that?
Which is usually how it goes, right? Hey, so what do you guys do?
Yeah,
I'm glad you asked. You got a minute for a cup of coffee?
But you know, but it is, you know, so we're very blessed and we're very honored to see other people doing and echoing things that we're doing. So it's let me know that this industry is as good as we think it is. It's actually better, and it's going to keep getting better. So yeah.
Well, and one of the most dynamic parts of I think why you guys have been so successful is the fact that you two have such a good, solid relationship, and you guys go so far back. So for those who, I doubt it that there is anybody, but for those who don't know you, tell us how you two got started knowing each other and in this industry.
Okay, I actually don't know the full story.
I don't either.
Okay, so you know, a long time ago.
So once upon a time.
Once upon a time, right?
It was all on a pickleball court.
No, this was a couple decades ago. It's been about 20 years now, actually.
It was 04.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this year coming up will be.
It was my son's birthday, so February 18th, 2004.
Yeah, so it was when I first met Lou, and he just got out of the Army. I was about a year into the industry, not even. I think April would have made a year, right? So, and so he came in and he was just a, you know, young gunner, right? Just had a lot of reasons. He had 4 children, married, just got out, was Soldier of the Year in Fort Knox, did all this really cool stuff, and just was like, I got some more stuff still to prove, but I have a lot of people to help, right? And I got a lot of people to feed. That was the other side. Great motivation. But he came in hot. He was a great car guy right off the rip, right? brought in a lot of different perspectives. It was really cool to work with him, you know, so it's been a 2-decade, you know, journey together, and we've worked together for a majority of it, not all of it, but a majority of it. We worked together.
We each bought cars from each other.
Yeah,
at different places,
at different places. And we've encouraged each other. Our wives are close. Our sons are close. You know, so it's been a really, really great relationship. I mean, a lot of inspiration I pull from him, and I hope I do the same for him. You know, I think we yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, I'm keep myself humble, right? But at the end of the day, but that's the thing, you know, because we've worked together for so long and we've seen so much change in this industry, but yet we've been steady. Like, you know, we've been staying steady. We've been dating, right? But
this is a long time,
it's been a long time romance, right? But bromance.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so we've been doing it, right? But at the end of the day, you know, we've seen each other at our highs and our lows. We've seen each other have those struggle months, struggle for pain, but all that stuff. We've done it all together, right? But yet we've been able to make it through, and we see what a good plan looks like. Like, how do you make it happen, right, Lou? And, you know, when we do that, it's a blessing, because I'm able to learn from him and see what he's done, and he does the same with me. And we've been able to just form this double dragon team that we have, that just, it's dynamite, you know. And I think if anyone's ever seen us speak, right, you see us on stage, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
You guys play off each other.
All freestyle, my friends. Like, I don't know how we do it, but we know what we're going to talk about. We do. But we let each other grow. Like, I watch him do his thing. He knows when to toss it up for me for a nice spike. I go in, I do my thing. I do the same thing for him. I toss it back to him. We just know each other like that. It's no different than working a car deal. I feel like we've been doing it together so long, helping each other close deals, helping each other work deals, look at deals. And so we understand the mindset, where we're going with our words. You know, I know his vocabulary is phenomenal, right?
It's impetuous.
It's impetuous, man. It's despicable. It's stupendous, right?
It's impregnable.
It's impregnable, right? He has an amazing vocabulary. I lean into that. I steal some of those words, and I use it sometimes, right? I understand most of them, but we level each other out.
Right.
That's the beautiful part about what we do. I think that even when we interview people, we're able to level each other out. Or there's some shows where it's all Lou. Lou's killing it, right? I lay back because it's a hell of a show. I need to let this happen. This is inspiring. I'm inspired. I'm over here like, praise Jesus and all this kind of stuff, right?
We do the same.
But then there's a time where I'm going to be that I can't stop talking too, right? And it just goes, but it's because we're feeling it. But we understand each other enough, and we don't look for like, oh, I need to be the highlight. No, it's the industry, the person that we're helping, whatever, that's the highlight.
Right.
So we have fun doing that. We want to make sure that people see that. So yeah, it's been great. You know, this relationship's been phenomenal, watching things go. And if there was anybody when this podcast was going to start, I was going to partner up with, out of all my friends, and I have some great mentors, some really close people in my life, I couldn't ask for anyone else besides Lou to do this with me. And then it just naturally turned into, yeah, we need to be business partners in so many other ways. And now we've built this. I feel like it's turning into a mini empire right now. We are
building an empire.
And we are literally getting ready to start our hiring phases and all this amazing things that's going on. And oh no, I just dropped.
Now we're gonna spill the beans.
But this is just something you can share, okay?
Yeah,
and we are doing it. So if you solutionaries know you out there and you want some, and you're looking for opportunity, reach out. You know, there's going to be more and more opportunities. This next 12 months is going to be massive, and that's because we have faith and we're putting good work behind all that faith. So
I love that for you guys so much.
That's huge. That's huge.
That's
I love that
exciting.
growth. And it's crazy to me. So, and maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm not wrong right now, but I'm pretty sure that my first digital dealer was your all's first digital dealer.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Right? 2021. That was my very first.
Because you guys acted like you had done this a time or two.
Well, see, the thing with us is that we've done the vibing together with an audience a time or two, whether there was strangers or the dealership that we're in and day out. We already had our flow in sync in how we speak together. And so with that, when we showed up inside of a public setting like that, we were already doing our thing. And regardless of who the audience is, we still know how to work a crowd and speak to the people that we know. The awesome part is that we had a great run of meeting a lot of people really, really, really fast. And then at Digital Dealer, which people didn't see this the day before, we had our first preset of seeing a lot of our incredible people, including including Robin.
Yeah.
That was the first time that we got to put an arm around Robin and meet her and talk to her in a face-to-face setting, her along with Glenn Lundy, David Villa, all these incredible people.
Yeah.
It was amazing to have that moment and us to announce Forgive, Focus, Fly in a private setting there, a little different, and then go into Digital Dealer already jacked up, already hyped, already met a lot of the mentors that have kind of shown us the way going into this. And then we got to sit inside of a great profile spot, which it was a great setup where
really
we were, and be given a microphone, and we're both like, here we go.
Turn it on.
And then boom, let it be known that solutions need to be brewed everywhere.
That's
you know,
right.
in the end, it's not, hey, look at us over here. It's, hey, look at you being here. What are you doing? What are we doing? Let's go. Let's brew. And Glenn Lundy, Alex Flores, all of them are right there inside of our first on stage setting where we got to go boom everything and get the first, hey, can you please turn that down? And we were all turned down for what? With them up on the stage.
We did.
You know what I mean?
We were like that.
Boom,
We didn't know any better.
boom. We didn't know.
We were freestyling it. Like I told y'all, we get up on that stage and we just went for it, you know, and that's what it was. It was an energy, you know.
That's the best thing. Your guys' energy is so contagious all the time.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I wish I had you guys here all the time because I'm like, I just need
we would
that
be
energy.
hyped up all the time.
I don't know what you're on, but I need it. Is it
Car Guy Coffee?
Car Guy Coffee.
So maybe we can help you out with that. So we'll give you a little bit more content. He pretty much nailed how we met. That's how we met. That's the story there. Okay. So the concept of Car Guy Coffee. Remember you might have heard of a character we have that's a little bit of an MC. Okay. We do pride ourselves a bit in being wordsmiths. Okay. Putting words together, flowing with words, how they connect together, and then sear your mind is a staple. With it being car guys and being motivators inside of a store, it always catches people a little bit off guard, right? They don't know what's going on. If you've never, car guys and car gals out there, if you've never had a crazy, weird transitional exposure to the real world of the car business on a setup for a Saturday, then you need a culture shock real quick, because you need to have that jolt in everybody's engine that says it's party time, set up the lot, let's get business going, don't get stuck on your desk, don't be eating your breakfast, let's go. It is Balloon 30, everybody. That's what we always called it. It's Balloon 30. Everybody's out on the lot, right? So I would turn the music crazy up where you can't hear yourself think. You better not answer a phone or be trying to talk on your cell phone in the showroom, because the music's blasting. And this is before the doors open, okay? So this is pre-set up, getting the lot going. Well, I have a new hire that I would give him off on the weekends while training him for 2 weeks, right? So he got to skip a Saturday, right? So he was with us a Monday through Friday. Hey, take off. I would always, as I'm training somebody, we would give them a couple of hours off early, let their brain set in, let them not be so overwhelmed. There's a lot of them, you know, you can be really hurt taking it all in, right? But hey, go relax. Cool. Enjoy the weekend. Cool. Come back. Great weekend. Yeah, we sold a bunch of cars, and they missed all of that, right? So they want to see what's going on. Well, at the end of the week now, okay, Saturday, you're going to be here at work. Yeah, awesome. So we're here a little bit earlier and be ready to work. You know, be ready. You know, it's your 2 weeks is up. You're allowed to meet a customer. So, of course, he's okay, cool. Well, he comes in and he probably had a rougher night or whatever. It was a little earlier. He goes to his desk like it's a regular, normal every day. And it's too loud in the building now. You can't be at your desk. So he's sitting there and he's trying to get his stuff together. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm over there with my cup of coffee. What are you doing? It's Balloon 30. We got to get out there. Keep this rock. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there dancing. I'm pop, 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 moving around. And he goes, man, what are you on? Just like you just did. You just did that, right? What are you on, right? What are you on? And I'm like, I'm on Car Guy Coffee. What are you on? And I was like, I'm going to go ahead and go make you some Car Guy Coffee right now. So I'm just going to go make a strong pot of coffee real fast and get him jazzed up, get the smells in the air, all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm making that Car Guy Coffee, That car guy coffee. Okay. So when Fred called to say, hey, I'm gonna start a podcast. So bet. Let's do a podcast. Let's do this. Got a name? Nope. Car Guy Coffee Podcast. He's like, I like it. Let's go. You had to hit the nostrils, right?
It took a second. And,
like,
and to be completely upfront, I didn't know if I wanted to do a car business one. You know, I was like, I wanted to do a podcast. I was in the middle of like doing so much personal growth, like that no one knew, because I was doing stuff by myself at night. I was learning how to play guitar. I was reading books. I was doing, you know, so many different things where I was like, dude, I'm getting inspired. I started a LinkedIn account. I started getting inspired by people on there. And I was like, okay, I'm making excuses why I'm not growing. You know, I was making great money and I was doing great stuff, you know, but at the same time, it was like, I felt like I hated everything I was doing. I was like, why am I? And I love the people I work with. I'm like, I work with my best friend. I was doing this, you know, Lou worked at the other stores. So I was like, our sister store, I had family over there. Right. You know, I mean, so why was I so, I hate being here. I don't know. I just, cause I was not growing. So I started doing things like that. And then I was like, I want to do something more. I want to inspire, and I know I can inspire. So I was like, okay, how do I do that? I want to start a podcast. I don't want to do it myself. So I told you two, you need to do it together, right? Because there's something about accountability when you can't let the other person down. It's powerful. It's so powerful. So
before you came in here, get your ass in here now.
right, you know, and it's an important thing, you know, and but you know, the best part is that you have the other person. Like if I can't be there, Lou is there. Absolutely. And vice versa. So there's always representation, right? Double dragon, right? So there's always that. So, you know, when I started, I didn't know. And then when Lou said that, it just made sense right there. I was like,
because of course, if you're going to have a podcast, you want to be able to speak, you want to be able to have authority in what you're talking about, at least in one thing that you're talking about. Now, what we do in our agency, it goes outside of the car business, you know, thank you, Lord, because the solutions inside of the culture of a business are far beyond just selling the things. Right? So inside of that is something that fundamentally we do try to recreate inside of any business that we're in, whether it's a vendor, whether it is inside of the automotive industry, or it's a pest control company, no matter, or it's a bunch of teachers, right? Wherever it is, we're here to affect a culture of people in a community. And that's the other thing that fuses together what it is that we do, is that it's not, it's so not about just the fix of the moment or the thing that solves the problem. It's the mindset and the approach of always wanting to bring a solution to a problem, always recognizing that we are constantly being improved. The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. We are all trying to grow as much as we can if we recognize that we're in it. If we don't recognize that we're in it, if we don't recognize that there is that much room to grow, then we're not pushing ourselves. But when you get into a spot inside of your profession where you're killing it, you're maximizing it, you're doing the dang on thing, you are an idiot for risking it all and going out there to tell people about Brewing Solutions and not really be able to say the one thing you do for anybody. What are you guys doing? Right. But regardless of that chatter that could be out there, or even that doubt that's even in your own mind when looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, what did we just put aside? It wasn't even a question to take the leap when people started to understand and started to receive and pour their eyes out on a podcast, send us text messages that tell us how their life is so much different, and then at the same time see the lives that we've affected locally and say, for those that want what we're pouring out, when they get it, they go. There's many more people out there. And we recognize inside of every dealership, it's often the case. And the idea is that you weed those out, but it's sometimes that 80-20 where some people are really trying to take advantage of all the opportunity that they have, and they honor it and they go for it. Those are your superstars. And then some people just don't, and they don't recognize it. You know what I mean? It's poured out, it's available, and they don't go. Well, we wanted to say, well, we just want to give people the coffee that have their cups out. If they got their cups out, we'll pour it out there. You know what I mean? And if you don't got your cup out, we ain't gonna pour it out there. But it's coming, so get your cups out. And so now we're doing it. We're filling people up, and we're trying to continue to get a culture out there that, again, that doesn't say Fred and Lou are amazing. It's saying you are a solutionary that can rise. You are somebody that can do incredible things inside of whatever you put your hand to, but you have to believe and fundamentally learn that it's changing the way that you speak to yourself, to others, to your clients, to your community. And then once you sear all of that communication together, now you have a cultivated culture, which I'll get into metaphors even more if you'd like.
It's crazy because we're not in the car business. We're 100% in the people business.
Yep.
That's, I mean, cars are just a product of what we all do every single day. Even when you guys were selling cars, you're still in the people business. You're looking for
100%. You know, and you're 100% right on that. So understand that it's about relationships, you know, and the more relationships you have, the more opportunities you have. And you have to constantly cultivate those relationships. It's not just, hey, I got one, put it to the side and hopefully it stays there. No, because they have short-term memory, and I don't blame them. You know, and that's the thing. Like, customer service needs to be outstanding. You need to love people, right? You need to let them know, and they'll love you back if you do it. That's the thing. You know, they'll love you so well that they don't even negotiate anymore, right? And that's kind of what you want to see happen. You want to see people just love the service so much that they're willing to just, you earned every dollar that you made on this deal. As long as we don't take advantage of people, of course, right? You want to do it the right way. You know, and that's what truly a solutionary is. You know, I know that this show we haven't talked too much about veterans right now.
We have not.
No, I'm going there.
And I kind of want to go that direction too. And I want to bring up the fact that, you know, there's a lot of things that I see, you know, and I think that the military, for example, they're having a big problem right now recruiting. Their recruiting has fallen flat. I have a cousin who's a recruiter, and I know that they're struggling and numbers are low, and you know, new soldiers coming in all branches is a struggle. You know, and that's something that I hope that one day we get a chance to sit down and talk to them. I see things like what they're doing. I've seen what my cousin's been taught, and I went to his graduation and everything over here in Fort Knox for recruiting. This is the home of the recruiting command here at Fort Knox now. And so it's kind of neat, but at the same time, it's like, it's very lackluster. There's a lot more that comes to it. They need to learn how to build relationships and know that there's so much more than just what they teach them. Like, hey, you're going to get a better life if you come in and join the Army, and you can get, you know, this and that, and you have benefits for the rest of your life and GI Bill. And, you know, not everybody, that's not it. You know, sometimes it's something more simple than that. So, but anyway, you know, I have passion for that. And as a veteran myself, I was in the Air Force, Lou's Army veteran. You know, I've been very blessed to get those skills and the confidence that I got those first 4 years out of high school for me, right? And really be able to go and come back into the world having more confidence than probably somebody around my age would just going into a workforce, even on something that I had no clue what I was doing, like selling cars. But because I understood process, I understood growth, I understood that I was already I was a certain type of person when I was in the military, and I recognized that. I was like, okay, I'm above average, right? So that means I should be above average in most things I do. And so, like, as long as I keep telling myself and working towards that, you know, and I think that's something that the military brings out of people. It brings confidence, or it breaks you down. One of the two, right?
It does.
And so when you have that confidence and you get into the workforce, it's a powerful thing, you know, especially if you take it seriously. And I love being a veteran. I love saying that, hey, I served for my country and I did what I could. But at the same time, there's people out there that they just don't understand what it really means to serve for your country, you know. And I think that the more light we could put into that, the better it'll be. And I think the recruiters need to learn, all the branches need to learn how to market themselves a little bit better than they do. It's, you know, it's so understanding there's a million jobs inside each one of these branches that you can go learn. I mean, there's so many cool things. You don't have to just be somebody who shoots guns or whatever, right? There's like technical, there's medical, there's clerical, you could be a recruiter one day. You know, there's so many things that you can do. So they need to know that, you know, and I think that the more we can educate them, the more that we can encourage them, the more that they're
empowered.
Do you think that the Solutionaries have a vertical there branching out into the military space?
We believe so. And for multiple reasons. But yes, in short, we do believe so. One fun fact that you may not know, on a recruiting campaign, I was sent around to different schools as the model for the new beret in the Army when we went from wearing the actual cap that we used to have, right, to wearing beret to wearing a black beret. So we looked like, so it was to give the Army an elite look, right? It was we were making the transition from the
I wasn't a fan.
No, then to tell you the truth, and Army guys, you already know a lot of people were not fans of the beret
because it's an honor that you get for being like their special,
for being airborne, for being a Ranger.
It used to be paratroopers in the Air Force.
Right.
They
it
all
used to be the look of the Ranger. The Ranger used to have the look of the black beret.
Is there pictures of this of you?
There probably are.
This?
There probably are. There probably are some.
He might even have like a white little thing inside.
Yeah.
We might need that.
Yeah, we might need to do that to loop into the YouTube version of this.
We'll send
We'll see if we find some of that. But I went on a campaign on two different ends of that. One was to model the new beret and to be out there, but it wasn't. I was a soldier that earned each detail that I went on to go do those things and to do that traveling. You know what I mean? That what they were specific about who they picked for that. And I would try to compete for it, because any little thing that you would do inside of the military that got you another qualification added to your pay. I'm working my pay plan, kids. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. I had a bunch of kids. Okay. And we're trying to work it out. But then as I was getting out and I was transitioning out, I was doing two different things. I was going to funeral details and doing different campaigns for recruitment. And it was fun because you got out there, you got to talk to kids, you got to inspire them, got to say, hey, I used to be a troublemaker over in Queens and I got into the Army and now I'm doing this in front of you, and answer all the questions, get to tell them, get to inspire them, get to do that. That was at a time where I was doing a heavy youth ministry while at home, and then being able to do that, it activated kind of a spokesperson for the military at that time, which helped in marketing, which then turned into, now I'm a car guy, then, you know, and then flowed right into, wait, I got all this free product out here. I got all of this cool stuff, and you're going to give me something to drive if I earn it? Bet. Try not to wreck it though. But inside of that, there was something that was great. But I think some of the greatest part about the flow that Fred and I were blessed with going into our initial career, transitioning out of the military, was that we jumped in to a dealership with so many military that were so military minded, that did understand the process, understood how we thought, how to activate us, you know what I mean? And also understood to push our mental limits. Car guys and car gals, sometimes we throw the paper too quick. We drop the pen too fast. We give up way too quick. Okay. First, no, whap. Okay, that's cool. You're right. I'm out. Right. We don't know how to take the shot in the mouth. In the military, we dealt with rejection. We dealt with pushing our mind past things.
Way past it.
So our managers knew that mentally we weren't like the ones that didn't deal with that. We can take the shots and get up and keep running, which helped a lot. I would have to say it did help a lot with, at that time too, in the car business, it was get your effing paperwork right. You stupid, you guys suck. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole different time of talking to car guys and car gals. So we flowed with it like, okay, gotcha. You ain't gonna say that to me because I'm gonna I'm gonna be the good soldier today, right? And I'm gonna sell you a car, dun, 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 and do all of my things right, dun, 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 right? That was fun for us. It was easy for us, but our leaders were military minded, knew how to push us past what, in a lot of cases, we probably would have gave up on. You know what I mean?
From the little things, like to ironing your clothes before you come to work.
Come on,
you know, it was like, I'm talking little things. Like they were big. You can't show up to work with wrinkles. They were like, go home. Like, because that's not a representation of somebody who takes pride in what they do. The military taught us that, man. We polished our boots every day. You came to work looking crispy,
like a professional.
You did. You shaved your face. You had got haircuts. You didn't. You know, you did those things to where you showed up and people took you serious. Like, you know, it's like, okay, this person didn't just come here to play. They came here to work. You know, today's world's a little different. So I'm not hating on today's world. I have long hair. I have a beard. But you know what I do? I clean my neck up. I shave all the stuff. I keep it trimmed. I do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, this was not something that we did at our dealerships. We couldn't.
He was always fresh. Like you guys have seen him without his beard.
If you see,
he was that every day.
I never had a beard until like my mid 30s, right? And then like long hair, mid 30s. I always kept it short. I always kept everything like that, you know. And it was from my military and my military upbringing. My dad was retired Army, you know, and I traveled all over the world. I'm half Korean. Of course, my dad met his wife, my mother, over in Korea, you know, and while he was doing he did a couple tours over there, I think 3 total. And so, you know, just he came up that way. I saw my dad every single day, shaved his face every day, even on vacation, dude was still shaving. It was like, okay, why you keep shaving? Like, you're on vacation, Dad. I remember the first time I saw a beard on him, I remember thinking it was so weird. Like, whoa, you got a beard? Like, what's happening here, right? He didn't like it either. He shaved it right off. And to this day, I don't talk to my father much, but I do see pictures of him, and every time I see him, no beard. He still shaves every day. And that's something that, like, some people, that's just becomes part of their DNA, because they stay in, even just like that Admiral talked about making your bed every day, right? If you make your bed every day, you start with a win. I agree with that. I make my bed. You could ask Lou, do I make it when I'm in a hotel even? I make it even in the hotel. Even though I know the maid's coming in to make it, I still make my bed, because I can't tell somebody I do it every day unless I do it every day. Right. And that's why I do it. And it's a big deal to me. And it's because it does feel good. It does feel great to have that done. I know no matter what, I won something today. Right. Yep. You know, so it's like, it's the same thing with that. It's when you shave your face, you won something. When you show up to work and you're crisped out, that's one less thing to worry about. Check on my list. I'm ready to go. You know, it makes a difference, not just to your bosses, but it makes a difference to the customer, to the community, to everything that we do. But man, I'm gonna tell you what, it really makes a big difference is yourself.
Yeah, your mindset.
God bless it. You feel good. When you feel good, you don't have to worry about, does my neck look messy? Is my hair a mess? Is my clothes looking crap? When you just come in there and you're crispy, you feel good, you're shaved, you taking a shower, you got your rest, you had your coffee, you've done your morning routine, you made your bed, right? You get to work and you're like, shit, nothing could stop me now. And that's true.
I'm all the way
There's
up.
something about that, my friends. So if there's anything that I could say from advice from the military that got me straight to the point that I got from that, was just that. Take pride in the little things. When you take pride in the little things, all the big things just happen. It's the little things that make all the difference. So make the difference and be right with your stuff. Yeah. Be proud of yourself.
I love your word of use of the word crispy.
Yes.
And I just keep thinking like car guy crisp.
Yeah. Well, when we were in, when there was BDUs, we used to use starch in our uniforms. And when we used to wear black boots and you had to like polish them and stuff. Now there's no polishing anymore. There's no even, they don't, and their uniforms are just loose. They don't have.
Oh my gosh. They're like
you would walk in, and I'm not kidding. Your uniform was so crispy that you would walk in and be like,
you make noise.
You think I'm playing. That's how it is. And when you saw somebody with that, you were like, "Oh, their uniform's dope. It looks so good.
Look good.
And you wanted yours.
You look good, you."
And my dad did that, so I wanted to be the same way. I wanted to come to work every day looking like I was ready to take it to the next level, right? And it is crispy.
Like fried chicken.
Amen to that, yes.
There you go.
Fried chicken, Kentucky,
fried chicken,
let's go.
Kentucky in the house. Yeah.
So what is the biggest thing on your guys' radar right now? What is the most exciting thing you guys have going on in the business that you guys are most excited for?
I'm going to say, if for me, we just teamed up with, I don't know if I can say that yet. Hold on. I'll wait to announce that. There's a possibility of us teaming up with a company that's going to be massive for everyone. I'm not sure. I'll know tomorrow. That's how soon it is, right? But I feel very, very positive that it's going down. With this relationship, we're going to be able to impact deeper, bigger, and be able to do some really amazing things, right? So I'm super excited about that.
You're so going to tell us off air.
Yes.
We'll definitely tell you off air. But with that and these different ventures that we're on, because again, there's so much, folks. There's so much. We don't have one hot brewing. Okay, we don't have one type of coffee. Okay, we don't have one brand that we represent. So with that, there is so much that's cooking on all those different levels. But the part that is most exciting for us is that with that, we'll be able to put on staff our very first person that we actually add to staff and make part of this, and to help us grow this on a creative level and on just a productivity, get us produced more and out there, and then and help to organize these crazy creatives. But the thing that most people don't recognize is that Fred and I are dual in many of the roles of what most leadership would be like. We're both dreamers and we're both implementers. Yeah. We're both set up and we're both closed, right? So we're both artistic and we're both verbal. You know what I mean? We so on both ends we bring that dual piece. Like if you've ever read Traction, or you've ever or the series, right? You go into the series and it goes deeper into what are the roles of those people. Well, we are each dual, multiple-headed monsters that are joined together. So with that, to be able to then funnel through that to somebody that can help channel that and reduce our working on the business as much, and us being able to working in the business as much, and us working on the business is more of what we need to create and have time for.
I was going to say, which one of you is the visionary?
I think
it's both of us. That's the thing.
It's me.
Both are visionaries for sure. I'm assuming you're hiring an integrator right now, because that's what
you know, and that's
well, that's the thing. We have been the integrator, the administrative assistants, you know what I'm saying?
Everything,
the baristas,
the scheduler,
all of that,
everything you can imagine. You know, we are the executive assistants. We're all the above. You know, but at the end of the day, it's time. You know, we have maximized. For the most part, we've maximized.
I don't even want to say
right?
that, but I always feel like there's more. I
always feel like I got more, right?
Yeah.
And but you know,
and we can, and that's the thing that we.
But that's the thing. I want to put what I have more into something. So I envision multiple departments, right? And having vice presidents and bringing so many people in. Like I want, for marketing, I want it for F&I products. I want it for, dealership development. I want it for, you name it. I want to have it. I've talked to you ladies and talked about, I want to start a network, of podcasters. And that's something that I didn't forget. I'm not going to, it's going to happen.
That's the media. That's the media.
I just have to build the resources. If I'm going to offer that to people, I want to make sure that there's something to be able to back that besides just voice, right? And I think voice is where it all starts. It's funny. This all started in our basement. My basement, right here is my basement, right? And it all started with sitting on this little white table that we have sitting over here, still here, that we just started talking and just writing things down, and everything built into this. Granted, it actually started at the dealerships, but this business, the Ramblin' LLC, the Certified Solutionaries, the Car Guy Coffee, it all started right here in this basement.
It's a conversation.
And it was a conversation. And then it was, like I said at the very beginning of all this, it was just good work behind all that faith we had. And we keep doing it. And you know what? My faith has gotten way stronger because of it. And spiritually and everything in life, right? But because I see things happening. Like I'm literally like, manifestation is amongst us. I can't believe the things that are going on.
Right.
Has there been a lot of things I thought was going to happen that didn't happen? Yes. Right. We've seen a lot of that. I'm sure you ladies are already experiencing that. You experience that in all aspects of the business, but that's okay. Because that means there's something bigger behind it, right? Yeah. There's something more. Maybe it's another year you have to wait, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just keep being happy and keep pushing yourself, and what's gonna happen is greatness. And what you're gonna see is opportunity. The last thing you want to do is wish you tried. The last thing you're going to want to do is like, man, I should have done this last year. You should do it now. All watching this right now, no matter what you want to do, start today. Even if it's just watch a video on how to do it. If it's just getting information, working yourself towards it every single day, be intentional. And then you will get there. It just takes good work behind all that faith. That's it.
And
one of my favorite sayings, and I'm pretty sure it's Wayne Gretzky who said it, but you miss 100% of the shots you never take.
It was Mr. Wayne Gretzky himself. That is right. It's misquoted a lot because people think it's Michael Jordan, but it is Wayne Gretzky that said that.
Right. It's Michael Jordan quoting Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Right. You would think Michael Jordan said it, but.
I mean, because I think majority know Michael Jordan. Wayne Gretzky, phenomenal, one of the greatest to ever play the game of hockey, if not the greatest, right? But he's 100% right. In life, in anything we do,
you can't do it.
You can't make a shot you don't take.
If you don't ask for the business.
Yes, exactly right. You can't close the deal without asking for the business. That's right.
I mean, it applies to so many things. Even, we talk about creating our manifestation lists, and one of the verses in the Bible is "You have not because you ask not," and it's essentially the same thing. Yep. It's God's not going to give if you don't ask.
That's right.
And that's why it is so important that you do recognize how important your language is, because, sister, the word says that you have death and life in the power of your tongue. Folks, that ain't a joke. It's not something to kid around with, right? You have death and life in the power of the tongue. So however you heard that, believe it. And if you speak life to something, it will live. If you speak death to something, it will die. But if you speak life to something that should die, you got a problem. right? So if you speak life to a business that is not doing what it's supposed to do, but you're speaking life to the negativity in it, guess what you're going to have? More of the negativity.
Yep.
If you speak life to it and you say that it is good, you say that it is honorable, you can look at yourself as an honorable, great person, not a person that does take advantage of people. You can say to yourself that you are good at what it is that you do because you believe that. Now you're speaking something different until it becomes. The word says, as a man believes in his heart, so is he. The reason why we have the faith that we have is because we are going from glory to glory. Once I see God do a great thing, I already know that he can do it. But the thing that we want to remind everybody is that he's showing us, you, all of us, that we can do great things because we have him in us. So it gives us the access to that power that makes great things happen. So activate and speak like you believe that. Speak like you have access to the master card that can do whatever you need it to do.
That's right.
But you have to actually speak it,
Yes.
believe it,
Yep.
right? Have agreement on it. There's many things inside of the culmination of our business and our friendship and our lives that they just are. We're not in agreement on them until we are in agreement on them, and then it's powerful. We're together, we're not. One might be steady in one direction, one might be steady in another until there's agreement, then kaboom. That is how it comes. The word says that when two or more touch and agree, I am in the midst, and nothing will be impossible to them. So if we agree on a bad thing, guess what we can do? We can make some trouble.
Yep.
If we agree on a good thing, we can make something good happen. But when that agreement comes, that power gets activated. And when we actually say, you know what? God, you do your thing. You're going to make us have a conversation with each other that then turns into a conversation with somebody else, that turns into other conversations, that turns into this conversation here with some incredibles that got the chance to be a bit inspired by a little bit of conversations that we get to have. And now you're cultivating conversations that we're a little bit envious of. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be like, come on our show. You know what I mean? Tell them to come on our show. You know what I mean? Because they're like, man, awesome. You girls are doing it. But because what you're speaking, you then look at each other and you believe it. Yes, I'm in agreement. Let's go. Let's do this. But fundamentally, what we've been able to do as friends and as brothers and mentors in different capacities is be able to say, I see light in you and I honor that. When it's ugly, I honor the light. When it's pretty, I honor the prettiness of the light. Good, bad, and different. I honor the light in you and I see the light in you and I believe in the great in you. If you need my microphone, take my microphone, but I'm going to use my microphone to highlight how great it is your light is, right? And then when we are doing that inside of this relationship and we're pulling that out of each other, and then we sit somebody right here to say, boom, and now we're shining our light on them and highlighting them. Well, man, now you have a whole bunch of people that recognize that they are the light. The word also says you are the light of the world. So if you keep talking bad about yourself, well, then you don't believe what God said about you. Yeah. And that's what we want to encourage you all. And that's why we love so much that you all continue to encourage everybody to light it up. Yep. Ladies, light it up, you know, because we got the glow. Okay, we got to glow in the dark. Let's go. Okay. We love you.
I'm like, man, I'm getting hype over here.
Getting hype. Let's go.
You guys are awesome, and I love everything that you stand for, everything that you do, everybody that you guys are encouraging along the way, and the path that you guys are forging for the rest of the industry is absolutely amazing. And I know you guys have so much left to offer, and we're already almost at an hour long, and it's crazy. But
I know we are because we're out of coffee.
I know. I noticed whenever you ran out. I saw your face. So
you got one of these. You got one of these at your first.
Mine's at my house.
Yep.
Digital dealer.
You. So where can people reach you at? You guys have so much more to offer, so much more to discuss and talk about to people in the industry. Where can people reach you? LinkedIn, social media, Facebook, etc.
Yeah, all the above.
All the above.
You know, I think, you know, you could just start with Fred at carguycoffee.com. You know, if you want to.
There we go. But yeah. And we are Googleable. you can just go to
Yes.
Google.
If you Google Car Guy Coffee, you'll find us Certified Solutionaries, and it's not Solutionaires, but Solutionaries. Folks. I know it's a unique word too, but if you look us up, if you put Certified Solutionaries, we'll probably pop up too. But
It will.
If you look up Fred Lennartz,
Oh, yeah.
I'm top of page on Google. If you look up Lou Ramirez, you should be top of page because of all the content we put out there. We are Googleable. So yeah, you can find us there. But anywhere you reach out to me, Fred at carguycoffee.com. I look at my email pretty
at
common.
carguycoffee.com.
Perfect.
They are the Car Guy
Or
Coffee.
if you just want info, go to info@carguycoffee.com. And we do encourage you all, get you some of the Car Guy Coffee Brew. There is the dark and the medium roast, and it is a great gift for car guys and car gals to get out there. We do want to make sure in the year 2024, you do get some of the actual pods. The mission is to, in 2024, us to have Keurig cups.
That's exciting. That's huge.
You got to get high quality coffee for it. That's the thing. You got to get the good stuff. It can't be.
That's right.
It can't be the cheap stuff.
All right, guys. Well, without further ado, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. But thank you guys so much for coming on the show today. Thank you for your service. It was an honor to get you guys on the show in honor of Memorial Day. Oh my gosh.
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day. I'm done. I need some of that coffee today.
You can say that line again. Say
Jeez.
On Veterans Day.
On Veterans Day.
Anyways, in a world where you can be anything, remember to be kind. You never know what battle somebody else is facing this week. So whenever you go out into the world, remember to light it up. I am Jess.
I'm Shasta.
And this is Car Guy Coffee, and we've been the Chicks in Charge. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we look forward for you guys to tune in next week.
Let's go.